for whatever reason, didn't even think about him beforehand, hadn't thought about it, nothing, you know. I know when his birthday is because his, number one, he's my husband. Of course I would know when his birthday is. But his birthday is 2 days after my mother's. Good morning. Welcome back to a new vlog. Yeah, we up this morning. Listen, if you're new to my channel and you were just channel surfing, girl, my name is Ivy. This channel is Boo Bougie. And girl, I like to say to you, you know you ain't supposed to turn right there. Don't you see that sign that say don't turn there? About to cause an accident. Empty ways. Girl, if you're new to my channel, that you might get that. That right there, you might get. So I like to say to you, hey boo. Here I am, arms wide open. And if you're a returning subscriber, my girls, my boos, hey boo. There's a miracle in this room with my name on it. There's a breakthrough, it's got my name on it. So I'm up this morning. I gotta meet my girlfriend. We gotta kind of get together. And girl, my phone is over here vibrating. Account ending is ready for your review. Girl, I don't be answering stuff like that. Girl, I was talking to my aunt, and so she asked me to go get her prescription. You know, I don't know if she needs it or not need it or whatever, but my aunt, the distance from my aunt is like 40 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'm gonna do a workout. Anyway, yeah, girl, I got my little workout gear on. Got my water. Hopefully I can have some ice on a regular. Because y'all know Mr. Terrence likes to leave the freezer open. Girl, I came in there this morning because I had got some ice, and then I went to the room for something, and I came out the room and I heard this beeping. Girl, freezer wide open. And I left it open. Ma'am. So, listen, I was listening to this guy, just driving. You know, you drive and you make sure you ain't got no eye boogers, no regular boogers, no crust in your lips. You know how you just check everything before you get on camera. So, anyway, I was listening to this guy, and he was talking about reliving your past. Like, on Netflix and Tubi and Amazon Prime, like, they don't have, where you could watch reruns of stuff. Like you was able to watch it before, and now it's like you just watch that season and then you just gotta wait for the next season, right? And he was correlating it like being in the same season of your life. Like you don't want to be in the same season you was in last season. You want to see something fresh and new in your life. And I thought it was so funny that he was talking about that, because he was talking about moving forward. And the reason why I thought that was so funny, because this morning when Lauren was getting ready, I was responding to comments. Girl, Kylie said grilling and barbecuing in your room, or grilling in your room, or something. Girl, I laughed so loud. Girl, it wasn't even funny. You know, because it's like when y'all respond to comments, you know, I be getting it from y'all perspective. You know, I know how I'm saying it, but to hear y'all reiterate what I already said, it'd be funny. So anyway, an old video of mine popped up, and it was talking about, if I think about it, I'll, like up in the corner, if you see like a little black label pop up, you can click on that and it'll take you directly to that video. So I'm going to try to remember to put that in here so you could click on it so you can see what I'm talking about. Some of my girls that's been here has seen it. But a video popped up, and I was still at my husband's house, and we were right at the height of our separation. You know, him putting me out and just in my feelings, and just the turmoil and the pain and the confusion that I was in that moment, you know, and how God just took that whole situation and turned it out for my good. You know, God will take a situation that seems dire and turn it into your good. You know what I'm saying? And I was watching it, and it was like a then and now type of video. I think I spliced it from another video and, you know, did my take on how it is or how I was. The video, I think, was like a year ago. But, girl, just to see that and to see that pain on my face and in my spirit and in my speech, you know, girl, I tell you, you know, when I look at my life, and I think back, not even just my life, because I always look at my life, because, you know, if you don't review your life, you know, you may end up repeating the same mistakes or going astray the same way or tolerating treatment or abuse from an individual that you've grown over that. So you don't tolerate that anymore. But if you forget that you went through that you had that experience, somewhere in your psyche, it'll tell you certain things in your life that wasn't okay in the past is now okay. You know, you slip for that split second, you know. And, but I was watching that, and I was just thinking about the growth, you know, for me, you know, I'm not talking about him. When I do speak on my husband, and this ain't where I thought this conversation was going, but when I speak on my husband, it's simply a point of identification from where I was to where I am now, and to know the hurt and the pain that I endured in that situation. You know, yesterday was his birthday, and let me tell you, I don't know what it was. You know, sometimes, you know, when the Holy Spirit unctions you, that means prompt you to do something or to speak something, right? So yesterday I was coming from my aunt's house, and my aunt lives in Atlanta. So I knew when I was going to Atlanta, I was on the 75, and the 75 was backed up. It was completely a parking lot on the 75. So I knew when I came back I didn't want to go that way, because I was just going to my aunt and doing a turnaround. I'm trying to adjust myself on this pillow. And I was doing a turnaround. So I get on, I end up, how did I go? I went 85. So I said, well, let me go 85. I'll get off at Riverdale. For any of my girls who know, I get off at Riverdale Road, come around the back way, and come to Terra Boulevard and take that, you know, straight shot all the way out. For whatever reason, because me and Lauren was talking, I was fussing at them because they got cavities. You know, no, they don't have no money. No, they don't have no job. So they get the candy from the adults. I'm one of the adults they get the candy from. So, you know, we just had this whole conversation about all of that's over. You know what I'm saying? But in the interim of it all, I missed my exit, and I didn't realize I missed my exit until I couldn't turn around. And I was on 85 South, heading just 85 South. And so the next exit was the exit where I used to get off at when I lived with my husband. So I said to KK, for whatever reason, didn't even think about him beforehand, hadn't thought about it, nothing, you know. I know when his birthday is because number one, he's my husband. Of course I would know when his birthday is. But his birthday is 2 days after my mother's, right? They're both, you know, Virgos. I don't get into signs, so I don't know what that means, but they both share the same zodiac sign. So I says to KK when I get off the off-ramp, I said, KK, you want to go say happy birthday to Papa? And she said, yeah. So I said, okay. So we drove over there, and I told KK, I said, go ahead. I said, you know, go ring the doorbell. You know, she was like, you're not getting out. And I'm like, no, you know, because I didn't feel like the need to want to say something to him or to interact or respond or anything. Because like I said, me and my husband haven't officially talked since February. And we had like a little 1 minute, 30-second interaction in June, right, when I celebrated. So she get out, you know, Lauren get out, they go, he come outside. Now, I usually, when I would go over his house, I would pull in the driveway. I didn't pull in the driveway. I just parked in front of the house. They was there maybe 5-10 minutes and whatever. And then they came and got back in the car. They had smiles on their face. And, you know, KK said, Pop said, thank you for bringing us over. And it wasn't a moment where I wanted a thank you or even to be acknowledged that I remembered his birthday and that, you know, that was a kind gesture. I don't know. You know, you never know what another person have need of. You know, I don't wish my husband bad. I don't, you know, hope his life fall apart. You know, I don't hope somebody do him the way he did me. My mind don't work like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you know, I was on my tablet and I was, you know, I had my tablet in my lap and I was leaned over. And of course, the natural, I look over and he's bent down like eye level talking to KK. And I didn't say anything. I didn't say hi. I didn't wave. I didn't, just nothing. You know, maybe he needed that hug, you know. Even though he don't celebrate birthdays, he's Muslim. He practiced the Muslim faith and they don't celebrate birthdays. But you just never know what another person have need of. And it ain't even your business to know what they have need of. You know, who knows? You know, some days you might just want to know somebody thinking about you. Somebody praying for you. You know what I mean? So, anyway, I don't know why I felt the need to tell y'all that. I wasn't planning on telling y'all that. You know, you just never know how you live your life impacts somebody else. Because best believe somebody is always watching. And I'm not talking about me per se. I'm talking about in general. Somebody is always watching you. You know. Yeah. I don't know. You know. But anyway, yeah, so I'm just going to head on over to my friend's house and then I'm going to go work out. I do not know why I brought that up. I don't, you know. You know, because when I looked at that video this morning and it was the song playing in the background, and usually if I get a copyright on a song, it'll say either copyright or it'll say sharing revenue. That means the music that you're playing is another artist. Well, I'm not an artist, but it's an artist's music, and they're willing to let you play their music, but you got to share them coins. That's money. You got to share it with them, right? And the expression of emotions and that time and place in my life where I was at, when I got the sharing ad revenue on that video, I just left it. Usually if I get that, I'll pull it down or I'll private it. And I had a video that I did for Tuesday. If y'all have not checked out that video, Country Living. I think it was like solo date and spiritual declutter or spiritual clutter. And when I got the copyright, I got a sharing revenue. That's what I got on it. And I just private the video. In the midst of it, I private the video. And I was actually at the dentist office when I seen that. Because y'all know I watch my videos after they play. And when I was watching it, some just said, go check, because I'll go back into my studio. Because YouTube will have a video up, and it'll be up, and it won't have a copyright, it won't have ad revenue share or anything. And then when the video start playing, then that'll pop up, a copyright. And so if you ever watching my video, it won't affect you while you're watching the video, but what'll happen is somebody else will see the thumbnail and then it'll say this video is not available. If y'all ever see that on a video of mine, just know I probably more than likely got a copyright. I'm reworking some stuff and I'm gonna put it back up, you know. So but with that, it's Tiana Taylor, A Rose in Harlem was playing. And girl, when I hear that song, A Rose in Harlem, it always takes me to that moment in time. I mean, I don't generally hear it like that because they don't play it on the radio. But I might have heard it once or twice. But I'm talking about now that she done came out with it, it's not something I hear regularly, you know. So, but in that moment in time, yeah, I was willing to go ahead and leave that video up as a revenue share, because that song playing in the background, it wasn't even a soft playing, it was a loud playing where you could actually hear her words and my words simultaneously, and that thing just hit. And it just reminds me of where I was and what I'm not willing to tolerate as a woman. You know, I'm gonna do a video, my journey of celibacy. I'm not even gonna say leave a comment if you want to see it, because I'm putting it up anyway. This is a Boo Bougie production, and in this season, that's what you gonna get. It's not a journey that I readily was available to take. Let me just say that. It wasn't like I said, you know, I came up with a bright idea and said, I'm going to be celibate. I still don't stand behind that. But anyway, I'm going to do a video. I haven't done a video on it, but it came to me the other day. And I said I need to start writing down videos when they come to me, because that's the Holy Spirit helping me on this journey. You know, a lot of times I was listening to this girl, Life Neat, the other day, young girl. I don't know why I like her. I started watching her pranks, her and the guy she was with. And then, you know, I just started following her and I watch her. But, yeah, she was talking about how, girl, I'm looking at these people. Girl, ma'am, I need a sign with you. Tell my door I got $1. No, I got no dollar. I need that. Hi, baby. How you doing? I need $1 too. If y'all feel inclined, my Cash App is in the description. Look, what ma'am said, dry bagging. Girl, bye. Girl, I tell you, all my needs be met. Every last one of them. But she was talking about content, and she was talking about how she's been doing YouTube for 6 years, and it's like, she didn't use this word, but I'm using this word, mundane. Like you're doing the same thing over and over. You know, she was like, she don't do makeup routines because y'all done already seen her makeup routines. She don't do get ready with me because y'all done seen 1,000 of them already. You know, so it's like when the Holy Spirit leads me, because if you get a thought and it's something good, it's something positive, yeah, that's you being pointed in the right direction. Now, if it's telling you to go do something you ain't got no business, honey, that is not of God. Pay attention. You gotta have some discernment, right? So, yeah, I said I need to start writing that down. But anyway, that came to my, yeah, celibacy. Let's sell a little bit and see what I come up with. Girl. Girl, y'all know I play too much. But listen, OMG. I was watching this, I was watching a video last night. But a young lady commented on my video, and she was I was talking about the young man who unalived his wife, his daughter, and himself, right? And so she was asking me in the comment, her comment, you know, to my video yesterday. Well, it was yesterday, but this is like anyways. Y'all know y'all gotta stay with me. So when she said that, of course, I'm a news girl. I went and looked at it. It literally just happened Monday. Girl. Ooh. Girl, I seen the blood on the ground and everything. You know, like 31. That's a baby. She ain't no baby. If you're 31, you ain't no baby. I'm 56. My daughter is 39. She's a baby to me. You know, and to lose, dropping off her son. I didn't know what the in the comment, I didn't know what the young lady was talking about, but losing her son. Not losing her son, I'm sorry. The whole thing is just so devastating. It just kind of just like turned me for a minute there. But dropping her son off and put a note in his lunchbox. She had just put the little video, the short, on either Instagram or Facebook. And it was showing a note that she put in her son's lunchbox. And that's the last thing he got of his mom. That note that his mama left him saying, enjoy your day, you know, this, that, and the third. Girl, life be lifing, you know, and we gotta be all right. We gotta be all right with where we are in life. We gotta be all right with knowing that if we're striving and trying to do the next right thing, that things will work out for our good. You know, it's always a moment for me to share with y'all, if you ain't right with God, get right with God. You just don't know. This lady went, dropped her son off at school. I'm sure she gave him a kiss and said, I love you. And that was the last time she seen him. And that's the last time that baby is ever gonna see his mama on this side. You know, it's just disheartening, you know, this world. You know, I did a video and I was talking about the book of Job and how the enemy go to and fro, you know, and I made it relatable, almost comical, you know, for the identification, and, you know, so you guys get it, right? But in all seriousness, the devil, the enemy, Satan, he runs this world. This world is so demonic. This world is so hateful, diabolical, almost unexistable. And I don't even know if that's a word. Unexistable. Because you're not susceptible to what's going on around you. I'm talking about praying. You know, that's why a lot of times, you know, I get invited to stuff. A lot of times, I don't go. I don't like to be, me personally, let me say this. I don't like to be in a crowd of people. I don't have anxiety. Well, I do have anxiety, but it's not social anxiety. I will get it, but I've gotten a lot better with anxiety. But I don't have social anxiety. I don't have a fear of being around people. I'm not claustrophobic. None of that. It's just the mere fact that when a bunch of black people, right, and I'm not even being funny, right, when a bunch of black people generally of a particular age, concerts, in the park, stuff like that. I don't go to stuff like that because the temperament of people is unknown. You know, people that you sit next to, standing next to, kick it, it's your homeboys. You never know what another person temperament is. And I'm not saying it, and I'm not generalizing all black people, all young people, all hip hop people. I'm not saying it like that. That's the best way I can explain it for me. Now you can take it, put it in the bag, shake it up, and come out with the formulation that you want it to be, or what it is you think I'm saying. For me, I don't like to be in spaces like that. You know, I know stuff can happen at a grocery store. Stuff can happen right here. I'm sitting right here. Somebody can start shooting. Anything could happen. You know, but I try to live on the side of preventability. Is that a word? I don't know. Look, we make up words over here like save-a-wationship. It's a save-a-wationship over here, you know. I just for me, I just feel like, let me not put myself in harm's way or my kids, you know. And that's not to say things can't happen anywhere. You know, they have church shootings, they have school shootings. I mean, so that's why I said this world, you know. So if I could, I thought my camera cut off. Yeah, so the moral of the story is stay prayed up. Stay prayed up. Stay in contact, just like you call your girl and your homeboy, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, just like y'all want to have them intimate conversations. Have them intimate conversations with God. That's what I'm going to tell you. And I ain't playing. We all got to go. But we can prevent some stuff. Girl, let me run in the store. Of course, when you go into somebody's house, can you stop over here and get me this, that, and the third? You going to work. Why you can't get it on your way? But that's neither here nor there. All right, y'all. Let's get this walk on.
I don't know why you look so nice. Girl, you're not nice, you're rude. Want me to feel like I'm new. Want me to watch you do. Young girl, you look so nice, being not nice, you're rude. Look what you putting me through. I never do this to you. I need to hold a corner.
Girl. Girl, give me a minute. Now I know I ain't got no business fooling with no stairs. That's why I don't do the elliptical and the Stairmaster. Whew. Girl, my knees is cracking. They cracking like crackling. Girl, whew. I'm trying to get back in my regiment of doing something every day. Every day. If I'm not the problem, it's no solution. I gotta know that I'm the problem at all times in any situation, because the only person who can change your circumstances and your situation is you. That's me. Girl, when I tell y'all, I'm so tired. Girl, my knees just quit me. Ain't send me no breakup letter, no Dear John letter, no nothing. She just quit me. All right, let me let these cars come. Y'all ain't going? What's going on? Ooh, that's the bus I used to drive right there. The 813. Girl, them little buses right there is so lightweight. Oh no, I don't want no bus. Hey baby. Murder in the building. Murder in the building. Atlanta University Center. Girl, let me go on up this hill. Girl, I did this workout because I was betting on me. Always bet on you. The odds are not stacked against you. You will prevail. Don't let yourself get you in a place where you say, girl, I'm out of breath, I'm sorry. You say, it don't matter. It just don't matter. I done went this long without working out. I done went this long without drinking my water. At this point, it don't even matter. I could just go back to who I was. But you already put the work in. You already seen the evidence. Don't go back. Once you know, you can't go back to not knowing. You just can't, sis. I'm telling you, you cannot go. That's why I'm out here now. Even though my knees, girl, is hot. It's a nice little breeze, but it was real easy for me to go back home. Don't go back home. Don't give up on yourself. If I'm out here and I'm trying, girl, I feel a hot mess. That's what I feel. I ain't saying I look a hot mess. I feel a hot mess. Up under my arms is sweating, between my legs is sweating, up under my boobs, everything. But girl, I got out here. And you can too. Girl, let's do this. All right, y'all. Girl, that's gonna be it. I can't see myself getting into anything else today. So look, I want to tell y'all, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all for supporting. I see people in my comments, they like, When you gonna get back to working out? We miss that. We miss seeing you. You motivated me. Man, sometimes I need motivation too. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. But I decided to go ahead and get up, and girl, we just gonna keep this thing going. That's what we gonna do. I worked out in my last video. I'm working out in this one. Girl, so we just gonna keep trying. We're gonna keep trying. We're gonna keep pressing forward. Girl, I'm actually in Atlanta. I don't typically come to Atlanta or like that, but I am literally in the heart of Atlanta. Spelman and Morehouse is literally around the corner. So, yeah, I said I'm here. I was gonna go to Planet Fitness. I Googled it and it was like 15 miles away from here. But I said, you know what? Let me just walk in the Element Jennifer. And so that's what I'm doing. Girl, it's hot, but it's worth it. It's so worth it. It's a truck. Is you stopping, baby? Because I'm trying to be great here. That's what I'm trying to do. So look, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And ma'am, and sir, oh, Elder Young just retired. I want to say to you, congratulations for all your years of hard work, all your time, your effort you put into wherever you was working. Congratulations on your retirement. Until next time, I love you all. Bye.
30 degrees, way to go, so call me down. Will I see you at the show tonight? Will I see you at the show tonight? Hey, truck to the